it was certainly a leap of faith, certainly, but it worked out. And it was my intuition's initial reaction and disagreement that sparked me to do some of this research or to continue on, because it was a new reality and a new challenge, and my intuition was not necessarily prepared for that. Think of a decision that's to be made, and the big question is this thing something that's new to me? Have I experienced something just like this before? And if not, then how can your intuition be fully capable of solving that issue for you and relying on it solely? Because your intuition is from the past. It exists in the present. It certainly does. But what it's compelling you to feel or think or believe is grounded in past truths that it's discerned over time. And whether or not those past truths are even true themselves, they might be quite true for you and how you perceive things. But whether or not they're true at all in reality or to other people is a whole nother question and topic. You're going to have to decide at some point, regardless, whether it's something small or something big. We're faced with decisions every single day, every single week, and they don't necessarily ever stop. Now, whether or not that's going to be aligned with your intuition it's not necessarily important, but making sure you understand your intention of why you are or why you are not is important, and understanding how you've came to that conclusion. So how are you going to do that, right? How are you going to develop this intuition or develop the courage to go against that despite feeling uncomfortable? To develop intuition, there's no one exercise or one thing to do, but it takes, I would say the most important thing to develop when developing intuition is to develop your courage and trust in yourself to make the call to be uncomfortable at times. And the commitment to yourself to both reap the positive and negative consequences of that, and to move forward despite that, and to continue going on, and to give yourself another chance to try again. There's an element of forgiveness there when it comes to intuition and trusting yourself and developing it. You can forgive yourself for making a mistake. It's something that you can do. And to develop intuition, to make the call, and to hopefully, over time make the right call more often than not, might take failing a few times. It might involve taking several leaps of faith and being very uncomfortable. But then you'll find something out about yourself. Certainly you will, especially whether or not you made the right call and why. Well, you might not know why, but you'll probably know if you made the right call or not, based on the outcomes of the decision. And from there, you can begin to reflect on why you believe that those outcomes happened, how you can make sure those outcomes happen again into the future, if they were positive, if they were negative, maybe how you can protect against them going forward. Be okay with failure that might happen. These failures is where you're going to learn about yourself, and sometimes at an accelerated fashion. Some people won't make a decision because it will delay certain things. Well, if you're delaying things because you can't decide, well, what about if you'd made the decision, you made a mistake, you have the opportunity to forgive yourself and repair the mistake? How long is that going to take? There is an element of having a leap of faith. You've done enough research. Feels generally okay. There's some risks to be aware of. What are some signs of those risks in the early innings after you've made the decision? what might be coming up that I can maybe catch, like if it is a mistake to have done this, what are some signs that I can catch, that I can be aware of, that I can catch earlier on into the mistake unfolding, that maybe I can address before it magnifies. We're certainly going to make mistakes. But it's what you do after that is the real important part. Are you going to give up and never trust yourself again with another decision and outsource everything that you do in life to the whims of other people? Or are you going to have even just a glimmer of faith in yourself to pursue finding that trust or that faith in yourself even further and further, developing it? Spend the most time with yourself in this life. And if you have a sense of trust in yourself, to know yourself both when to trust yourself and when not to, you can make decisions with confidence. You can accept that you did the best you could in that moment with the information that you knew, how you felt about it, your thoughts and beliefs about that situation, and go through life that way, which I'm biased, but I think that that is a better way to go about life, with this individualism or individualistic independence. I shouldn't say individualistic, but this independence and agency to pursue life in the directions that you want to, rather than being always at the mercy and whims of other people to make decisions for you for the reasons that they have deemed and they have placed the judgment on as being appropriate in this situation.